Hello and welcome to Getting Candid with me, your girl Helen. You're joining me from the Best Western Plus Hotel in Lusaka. My guest today is Pastor Malachi Nga'ndu. If you don't know Pastor Malachi Nga'ndu, guy, you better stay back, relax, because he's been in the music industry. He's been a presenter. Before he was a prophet and all that, there's so much to know about him. There's so much to tell about him. So recently he had shared something interesting on his social media that drew a lot of us on his page. He talked about the dark side of the industry and how he was almost initiated into Satanism. I thought this is the right time for him to have a chat about this. Join me on the other side. Welcome back. I mentioned that I'll be chatting with Prophet Malachi Nga'ndu, and he is sitting right here with me. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great.
Good to see you after a long time.
After a long time. When was the last time we had a sit down? 2 years ago?
I think about 2 years ago.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. A lot has happened since.
A lot, yeah. I've seen this platform has also grown.
Yeah, we're trying. Thank you. Thank you. You are now mostly Malawi. Are you permanently that side?
No. I have some stuff I'm doing that side, and I'm just trying to do music. And so they're just cultural exchange, try to do music from there and also come back here. So I'm usually that side. I spend maybe 2-3 weeks and then I come back and then I go back just like that.
Nice. So it's like your second home.
It's like my second home.
People don't say, people like saying you're not in the you're not out of the country when you're in Malawi. You know, funny thing, I was in Malawi last year, and that period, I think it was Independence Weekend. So a lot of like people in the entertainment industry were out of the country.
Out of the country.
So I remember Slap D, myself, Vikacha, Pokeo, who were in Malawi. Slap went for something else. Me, Vikacha, and Pokeo went for one thing. So Biflo posted a list of Zambian celebrities that are out of the country. And so there was a lot of people in this country, and then he puts Helen, Slap D, Malawi, and then people are like, no, forget Helen and Slap D, they've just gone to visit their neighbor. They've just gone to visit the neighbor. They're not out of the country.
Not out of the country.
Who are not abroad, according to them. But how does it feel, you staying there?
Yeah, it feels great because, you know, I love the feeling of always feeling new. And because you have followed me, I mean, we've known each other for a long time. Yeah. You understand that I have had to change brand names.
Yeah.
And one of the things before I grew up was because I love new things. I get fed up easily.
Yeah.
So sometimes you do something and then you find that there's nothing interesting here. It's the same thing. So I'll change and then start something new. But then going to Malawi feels new. You know, you go to a place and then you find some people know about Kopala Pastor, and then some people are getting to know about it. It feels interesting. It feels like it's a challenge. Yeah. Like I want to push more, and so it's amazing. But then Malawi and Zambia, we are just one beautiful people. It's like one just beautiful country.
Nice.
So the difference is not much. But I want to that Malawi Nichpata extension, they should try coming by flight. Maybe they will have respect for it.
They'll feel it's something. I know, right?
Yeah,
I know, right? We like disrespecting our cousins.
But no, Malawi is a beautiful country. Yeah. Extremely beautiful.
Yeah, I like. When you talk about you easily get fed up with things, I'm like, I hope that doesn't go with your marriage as well. Like,
you know what I mean is that when it comes to marriage, do you know that you have to marry your partner every day?
It's true. You choose them.
So the thing I love about my wife is constantly evolving. My wife is academically, she's evolving. Like even beauty, she's constantly evolving, and the personality. Yeah. The kind of person she was yesterday is never the person you are going to find tomorrow. There are certain things that are constant, but I feel like I'm marrying somebody new every day. It's like she's just this person. So she makes it very easy for me to. It's been 8 years.
Nice. Oh, 8 years already.
Imagine.
Yeah.
It's been 8 years.
Nice.
So yeah, with my wife, I understand the strength of covenants. Marriage is not a feeling. Marriage is a covenant. So covenants are not based on how I feel. Yeah. No, so I think no. It's a commitment. Yeah, that's why in the marriage vows, I'm marrying you because I love you. The I love you comes as a result of commitment.
Yeah.
You commit yourself until death do you part, so you are going to love this person. It's not coming, I'm marrying you because I love you. No. I have married you and I'm going to love you.
Yeah.
So marriage is different.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true. I was telling you before they said, I'm like, the next time I want to chat with you, I want to chat with you and your wife, because I really think you guys.
But do you have 3 hours?
Oh, come on, I talk, so I do talk a lot. So
because my wife is handful.
that's even better.
Yeah.
I love talking. So,
Yeah.
and I don't think she's a boring person that 3 hours will feel like, probably, people that are interesting,
Yes.
3 hours will probably feel like an hour.
Yeah, that's true.
It will actually be maybe the crew saying, guys, stop. Time too much.
We've overshot.
Yeah, so no problem. I'm just tell her that I want to sit down with you
Exactly.
and her, hopefully soon. I think it'll be nice. I saw you guys work together on the, what's the show you were doing on Zambezi Magic?
Pastor Wants a Wife.
Pastor Wants a Wife.
Yes.
I saw she made some appearances.
Yes,
It was
she did.
pretty interesting. She was very blunt. She didn't, she made it look like it's easy to be a pastor's wife. Believe me, in my lifetime, I don't
Yes.
think ever I can survive being a pastor's wife.
Wow.
Because I feel like you're put in a certain bubble.
Yes.
But I felt like she made it different.
Yeah, and I always laugh with my wife because I remember there is a time I became a prophet and I was trying to marry. So I had a long-time girlfriend that I wanted to marry, and then she just told me, "Nete, I've never thought of marrying a pastor."
True. I think it's
And
a
I
calling.
thank God she bluntly said it, because it comes with a lot. But I remember telling her to say, "No, I will not be like the typical me. I'm different." It's like, no.
Yeah.
But my wife accepted, and then she makes it easier for me to be a husband and also to be a pastor, because I assured her that I was just going to I'm called differently, and I was going to embrace the uniqueness I have. So yeah, we make it look like it's easy, but it's not.
It's not. Yeah, and that's the thing. So I feel like it's a calling as well. Just
Yes, it is.
as much as your husband is called, if you knew the wife, you have to be called. Because
Yes.
so I do respect the girl that refused.
Yes.
Because you can say, I'll take it easy, but the community,
They won't take it easy.
no, pastor, pastor Malachi, takwaga, like exactly. My dad is a pastor, so I kind of. It's
Understand,
not,
yeah.
Yeah, so I respect her for that. I think it shows strength.
Yeah.
It shows strength. So, but I've known you for a long time.
Yes.
And I knew you when you were a gospel artist, you went
Yes,
secular, then you went gospel, all that. But in all these years of knowing you, the one thing I never knew about was the part that you recently shared on social media talking about. Was it initiated or almost initiated? That was initiation, I think.
Yeah, it was deeper than that.
Yeah? Just
Yeah,
tell
it
us
was.
about it. How did you
So how it
start?
happened was I was performing at a particular event. So before I went on stage, people booed me.
Yeah?
It's a path for every artist.
That's the time you went secular, eh?
The time I was secular.
Yeah.
So few people were getting to know me, because there was that time when I was going secular, but I didn't have big songs in secular music. I had some big gospel songs. So now I went to perform at a particular event here in Lusaka. So when I was performing, people booed me off, like, you choke up. So because I was so eager, like I wanted to perform, I started doing freestyles. So after I chop on my freestyles, I even did some tongue twisting. And then people were like, so eventually I managed to gather the crowd, like they paid attention to me. And that's how I was able to do, Zimandola. So I did those songs. And when I was performing, people were like cheering now, like, guys, it's like they didn't know me. So when I was leaving the stage, then one of the guys who was in the music industry, who was like one of the big artists.
The sad part, let me tell you, sorry to cut you. Every time when I was reading that, I was trying to play through, like, can I at least put two and two together, know who he's talking about? And, like even when you talk about the event where you were booed, I'm like, was I there? Just so I can have an idea who it is.
But
yeah.
the truth is that I've always been blessed to be connected either to people that are doing big things. So sometimes you get to know those things.
Yeah.
So this person put me off when I came off the stage, and they told me, Macho and you like, you are so talented. But quite often but I laughed it off because I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
I just said, chase, and I forgot about it. But then they said you should call me. So it started out like that. And truthfully speaking, sometimes when people are initiated into things, it's done purely. When the person is coming to you, it comes purely as caring for you. You deserve to have attention. And I remember the actual words they told me. They said, "Nishna PJ po abatarafwa." PJ wala pitapali PJ. Ja, but ne kai PJ munandi no. I just want to do my own thing. But you know, in your mind, so you know, you just think, fiaso. But eventually, that's how. Few meetings later, and I thought it was money. I honestly thought it was money. Like, you need money to be put muli music yobe. So I started contacting, expecting that I'll start connect and then you muntu ampange pange. But it turned out something else. It turned out something else, and it's real, man. It's real. I went. We had to go to some river and do some initiations. That's when I think I began to realize. And let me not lie, those things work. Let nobody lie to you to say no tafi bomba. No, it works.
Because they say the devil has power as well. So
it's something that you can see that it does work, and I thank God, because when those things started happening, that's when actually God came and called me out. Because there is a time when I was going so deep into these things, and I realized that it's not really like Satanism, it's like witchcraft, sort of, to say. Because how it is done, it's not really done like, triako underworld and stuff like. Because mostly when you look at it like that, it sounds like it's very far-fetched.
Yeah.
But it starts just with somebody giving you, ule fwala musana, ngode performer. No, ule fwala this, and it starts from there. So you find that things go like that. Then there is a time when I felt like I was getting spiritual attacks, and I really felt like I was going to go. That was my turning point, because I didn't really stay longer. It was just like you're trying to test out something, and then you really see that it's working. Sometimes, but people are just there. Then you realize, there is a power that is pushing somebody to do these things. So yeah.
What did it do for you? What started happening though? You were performing before, you were doing all these things before, but when you started walking that path, what changed?
Suddenly people just respect you. Yeah, they respect you. And then when you drop something, there is like a supernatural push. Like you can tell you are pushing something on your own, but then there is just something that is helping. So, and then there is that. And then also there is just attention that is put on you. Like literally, you can tell people that never supported you suddenly want to support you. People find it pleasurable to help you, like, and they want to be part of what you are doing. So such things, I think it's what blinds a lot of people. Yeah, because it feels, and music is very hard. That's the truth. That's why sometimes
yeah.
There are certain times when you know what to do. Like where I am, I've been in the music industry for 20 years. I know even what you're supposed to do, certain things you're supposed to do to get to certain places. So you decide not to. So it's not because the talent is not enough, or it's not because of this and that. It is because you know what ought to be done. And then are you willing to pay the price? Then you say, okay, great. I think I want to be here.
How dark is the industry?
It is very dark. There is a time I was praying, because I usually pray for the Zambian music industry and just for my musician friends, because I talk to a lot of people, a lot of artists on a spiritual level. So I pray for them. So there is a time in 2017 I was praying, and I was being shown what was going to be happening, which is like a spirit of depression that was going to come and hover the Zambian music industry. And you can see that it's there. Most artists are depressed. They may not come out openly to say they are depressed, but I can tell you as a prophet of God, as a servant of God, that those things are happening. But I had to pray for certain artists.
Yeah.
Like there are certain artists that were targeted, whose lights were targeted. That if they are targeted, their star or their aura just dies out. And if I tell you to say, look at this and look at that and look at that, you can literally tell. Not that they were in anything, but they were targeted. Because there are certain times, I hope I'm not talking too much.
No?
There are certain times when your star is targeted.
Yeah.
So somebody knows to say, you know what? Helen has got such an immaculate gift, but maybe I don't have it, and she has a star. A star can be exchanged. Yes, Helen, it can be exchanged, and it is done supernaturally in such a way that what is supposed to be coming to you, it begins to come to me. And this is the reason why I wish most young artists can know what I'm going to say. Most young artists think if they collaborate with a bigger artist, nishbala pisha.
Yeah.
You understand? But sometimes you need to be very spiritually sensitive, because an artist can feature you and that can bury you forever. Why? Because your aura and your star has been used.
It's been taken by
the other person. So you think it's a collabo. And that thing is there. If you critically study the industry, there are certain people whose careers went down the moment they did certain collaborations.
Like one hit wonder. I've heard actually a joke of people talking about certain artists. They're like, don't collaborate with such an artist. They are so talented that the moment you collaborate with them, you will not come back.
Okay.
Like I've heard people joke like that, but it's more like a joke. But it's like what you're talking about. Now, if you think through it, you see certain big artists, they collaborate with somebody. The song is actually a hit, but the other artist is completely gone.
Completely in oblivion. You will never rise from there.
Yeah.
You will never recover. This is the reason why the music business is in 3 dimensions. There is an artistic side, there is a business side, and there is a spiritual side. So most young artists, they just think about being artistic. You can be that, but if you don't know the business side of the music, you may be so talented and then you're not making money.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you can be business minded, but then you're not spiritual. So you find that we're blower. And let me just briefly tell you about one particular spell that is mostly used in the music industry. Not far, in Zambia.
Yeah.
So as a spiritual man, you deal with a lot of spiritual things. So I'm an extremely spiritual person. So because of that, I am not a person that will just follow things blindly. When I say I'm praying about something, trust me, I know that I have to pray about this. And when I say I'm going to work towards something, I know I have to work. It's not time to pray. But then there is one particular spell that happens. Most people who watch this interview, who are maybe upcoming artists or even artists that are maybe breaking out, notice that when you have a good song that has got the potential, like, okay, this person, you begin to break. It happens in the film industry, in the music industry. Begin to notice how much confusion will begin to happen in your own family. Suddenly your mother is upset because you didn't come for what, and then your child is sick. Yeah, your wife is suddenly, and then you begin to notice somebody has died. All that, those are spiritual spells that are casted so that it just brings confusion. You don't focus anymore. Because there is no way the devil can take the gift away from you. But one of the things he can do is disrupt your focus. So you can now begin to focus on how to get your wife to get better. The little money you're making is being spent there. And certain people. Number 2 is sickness.
Yeah.
It has happened to me before. 2015, I was scheduled to perform PJ's tribute. Yeah. And then Helen, 3 weeks before the event, voice Okuya. I'm telling you real story. When I'm talking about witchcraft in the industry, it's there. It's only that this time Helen voice Okuya. And you know that time, it's Zambian Music Awards.
I remember that tribute. Yes, I remember.
And then, you know, South Africans were the ones who were there. So there was a medical personnel there. It was very well organized. Nothing happened. You know, even that performance, I didn't even like it because I didn't sing to the maximum of my talent and ability.
Yeah.
It was, somebody just came and said from Prophet Joshua, just came and said, I'm from the synagogue. This anointed water, you can pray with it and then just, Helen, 1 week, my voice had gone.
Completely gone.
I'm trying to sing, I can't sing. And I think Mr. Ben Blazer can remember because he's one of those people that came when he was doing sound, he prayed with me, encouraged me. Then he told me, okay, maybe because the high pitch is hard, can we try to sing like this? But then everybody knows, like Stan is a singer.
Yeah, and you hit high pitch,
Very high pitch.
Like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it went. We tried everything. Honey, ginger, South African, whatever they brought and say, no, do this, they gargle and whatever. It never worked. That TB Joshua water, it's what made it come slightly.
Yeah.
Oh. Then me, I'm sharing with Tishon. I'm like, because the ones doing the tribute, it was me, Tishon, and I think Scarlett. I don't know where she is. Yeah, so I'm telling Tishon, I'm like, in a voice here. So we begin, I'm like, even me, I'm receiving too many attacks. Tishon also was getting attacked. He was getting attacked just to perform that tribute, because apparently there was a lot of campaign. A lot of people wanted to do the PJ tribute.
Because I mean, PJ had so much influence,
too much.
So everybody wanted to shine on
his thing. So Tishon, myself, and Scarlett were given that honor. It is an honor that up to today I'm so proud of, but only that there was a spiritual attack. Yeah. And then here's the funny thing. Show up with Helen, show up what pa na voice. I'm telling you. So sometimes people will be saying, this person has been pushing for a long time. There is a lot that happens in the entertainment industry. There is a whole lot. So, but God is gracious. Yes,
you know, I was really glued to your testimony when you were posting it. I was really glued, and you really went in so deep that you actually said you got some attacks during that period when
even the period I was sharing the testimony.
Yeah, the period you were sharing the testimony, you got some attacks. What kind of attacks are they? There are people that don't understand when you say, oh, it's a spiritual attack. Like
accidents. Yeah, like real accidents when I was sharing that.
Yeah.
And then you would be, because at the time we were staying in a hotel, we were in Malawi, strange things started happening in the room. Like you just feel the presence of a person in the room. You feel, you sense the presence. Yeah. Those things were happening and real. You're just seated in a very good hotel. You've locked all the doors. But then me, I'm not a small boy. I know those things. I've dealt with things like that. So I did it to protect my wife and say, hey, shouldn't be scared. I've dealt with bigger things than this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were there. And also dating, because that's another thing that contributed to me. It's you date somebody that is deep into something and say you're under a spell. They just begin to control you.
Yeah.
So some guys, you find that we call them simps. They are not really simps. They are under spells, just being controlled and,
Yeah. But what gave you the courage, though, to share after so many years? You said, okay, let me share this story publicly, especially knowing that you are part of the entertainment industry as much as you're a pastor.
Yes.
But you've been in the industry for a long time. You know that there were certain people that were going to say it's a lie. I saw some people already in the industry that were saying, have you seen what Stan is posting? That's total lies. Yeah. There's nothing like that in the industry. Let's just work hard. Obviously, you knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
But what gave you the courage to say, whatever happens, let me just share this experience?
The naivety of most upcoming artists. I love upcoming artists because there is raw talent, but some of them are not sensitive to know exactly what happens. So they will just be thinking, I'll just go in the music industry and then and I'll do this. They don't understand that there's a spiritual side of things. Being told or somebody saying it's a lie, you cannot deny something I went through. It's me. So I mean, I don't know if you have to be omnipresent like our God to come and verify, to say what you're sharing is a lie. Dude, I'm the one who went through it. One time we are with Zone Farm at East Point. It was Bobby East's birthday. An artist comes and then he comes right in front of me and shakes himself like a snake, right? I'm standing there. So you can't tell me, no, these things didn't happen.
Yeah.
Dude, is it your story? He comes and shakes his... So me, I just push him. I'm like, boy, why would you do that? And these are people in the industry, man. But then what began to happen few days after such an encounter, everywhere I went, people started saying, you remind me of so-and-so.
The same artist.
The same artist. And that artist is not somebody I physically look like.
Yeah.
If it is Afunika, you can say abantu benzo kambati mupala na Afunika. Or Shenki benzo kambati Shenki na Kopala Pastor Kopala. No, Helen, you look at this artist and you look at me. Ine mtu wanga ulimonga ni train, hivyo mtu waka ulimonga ni gusu. There is no similarity. Number one. Number two, the music they do and the music I did.
Totally different.
Totally different. How can I remind you of this person?
Yeah.
It took a man of God who noticed me in prayer. Something that most people didn't know is that PJ's mother was very prayerful. So I stayed in Kaunda Square at some point. So they used to have prayers at PJ's mother's house. So I attended those prayers. So there was a powerful man of God who used to go there. So when I attended not as a celebrity. I just wanted to pray.
Yeah.
And then that man, who was never there when such a thing was happening, he told me, Helen, in that meeting, to say, you had gone for an event. Somebody did something strange to you. They buried your star so that they begin to use it.
Yeah.
How can that person just guess it?
Yeah.
So that person, and then the man of God prayed for me, and he told me, 2 months from now, the Lord is going to open a door for you. You're going to travel to South Africa. And 2 months later, I was in South Africa supporting Marky 2 for Big Brother.
Nice.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now I'm thinking, for those that don't know, you were Stan.
Yes,
then
Stan,
you just changed and you are very strong. Hey, I'm so used to calling you Stan. You're like, no, call me,
I don't want that.
Call me Malachi. I don't want. I didn't understand why you like. It was more like, why does he dislike his name so much? Just tell us the story about how the name change came up.
It was a reminder of so many things.
Yeah.
A reminder of struggles. It was both on a family level and also on my personal level. I think Stan reminded me of a lot of things I didn't want to be reminded of. So I actually had a dream that my name was Malachi, and I didn't know what Malachi meant. I was told in a dream, say Malachi means God's messenger. So from the time you were born, this was the name you were supposed to be given. But I was given Stan. Stan was my grandfather's name. So when I woke up from that dream, I went to search, what does Malachi mean?
Yeah.
And for real, Helen, I found it means God's messenger. I was told in a dream. I told my parents, I'm not denying my grandfather's name, but I have to do this because I'm on an assignment. I'm a servant of God, and for me to serve God very well, I must go with this name. My dad is a very supportive man, so he told me, son, if God has spoken, you've got a direction to go in that way, go for it. That's how I changed my name. My government names, everything changed.
Yeah.
I did it the right way.
Yes, that's nice. Now I'm just thinking, you get a lot of convictions. So when you were doing gospel before you went secular, what influences were you having that got you to say, let me just go and do secular? Maybe this is what was going on?
You'll be shocked that my starting secular was not a decision I made. It was a decision people made for me. So what happened was, there is a time when Zone Farm used to record at my studio. I stayed in Helen Kaunda, I had a studio. And Zone Farm was signed to Taurus Music. Yeah. So they used to come record at my house. So one time Roxa made a song and he was like, voice that nyimbo ingepange sense wa ichai. So I did this. So he says, do it. So I did a song. It's called Palama. And it was a love song. But everything about it was very scriptural. It was a Christian love song. Yeah. So then it featured Zone Farm. So in out of excitement, I posted on Facebook and said, I have done a song with Zone Farm. I can't wait for you to hear it.
Yeah.
And I went offline. Helen, by the time I was coming 2 hours later, I found the news was trending everywhere that Stan has backslidden. He's now doing secular music. He's even got a song coming out featuring Zone Farm. That time, Z Gossip, there was a page. I actually didn't know that was cyberbullying. I could have made a lot of money now.
We didn't know. But then there was this law wasn't there.
Wasn't there.
Yeah.
Helen, I was bullied into that. And the time I was realizing it was too late. And then I made a second mistake. I was also naive. I posted and said, I'll be performing, you remember Dreams, Zambia?
Yes.
They invited me to be a guest for one of their auditions. And it was, then there was a club called Club LIV.
LIV, McCain.
Yes, in McCain.
Yes.
So I posted that. I don't know what I was thinking. I said, I'm going to be performing at Club LIV.
Yeah.
So people
I remember that period.
Yes, they put the post with Zone Farm, Club LIV, and said, So when I posted that, I was there at Club LIV, and I think Towela was auditioning. So Towela, me, Chef, you know, like we are like sisters, brothers, sisters. So Towela comes to me, Towela Kaira comes and says, bro, have you seen that you're trending? Like, where? And the guy, social media, I'm not really, I just post and leave. Yeah. After you are trending, I went and checked, yeah. I found it was everywhere.
And that's the time you were presenting Born and Bred, eh?
That was before.
Ah, okay.
So then after that, then that door opened for me to be presenting Born and Bred. Then now they said, how can a gospel artist be presenting a show like Born and Bred? So that's those three events at the time, I don't know, but it just convinced people that I was completely gone. So I tried to defend myself. I remember Mr. Ray Owas Mwape visited me at the time and told me, Mwachawandi, if you're naikakari. So for now, whatever you're going to say for now, just relax. Because I was eager, I wanted to explain. Yeah. So Mr. Mwape told me to say, stand, take on. So when I waited for it to cool down, then he told me, no, now you can issue a statement. Anyway, that statement was bashed. You don't even want to, we knew that you are worldly. Yeah. We knew what you are not serious. So I was in that, I stayed, I think 2012, I never had anywhere I performed because in churches they never allowed me. And in the world, I was not a secular artist, so I had no song to perform. So there was
nowhere to perform.
So I was just staying home, I was just producing music. So 2013, I was like, God has given me a gift.
Yeah.
That's when I started doing secular music. And I did secular music from 2013, 2014, towards the end. That's when the Lord visited me to become a prophet.
Yeah.
So it was less than 2 years.
And then I remember when you said Stan is a prophet, we're all like, I remember we were sitting with Innocent, we're like, you see, Innocent is like, Stan, he's confusing us. Where is he now?
Where is he now?
Like, you're here. And the thing is, I know that you're a very good teacher, like you understand the Bible, because you used to have the series on Smooth Talk, like where you'd come and just break down the Bible and that note. And then that happened, you went secular, then you came back, and then now you eventually came back as a prophet. And for some of us who are thinking, okay, what next?
What next?
What next? And I'm glad it's been consistent. It's been how many
years?
10
years now.
Yeah, it's been ish. When you say the years, it's like we've been doing this for how long?
Because I got the call in 2014, but I was released to start ministry in 2015.
Yeah.
So now 2025 makes it 10 years.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we are going to do it for a long time. Honestly, I don't, at some point I used to feel like, I'm undecided. Yeah. But I used to, I understood with the more I grew up, I understood that I made decisions I felt were the right decisions at the time when I made them. So I'm proud of those decisions.
And sometimes I feel like you have to go through certain things to get to where you are. Maybe had you not experienced the issue of almost getting the initiation and all those things, maybe we were not going to have this conversation.
This is the reason why when I'm advising young artists, I usually tell them what works.
Yeah.
Because I know what doesn't.
Yeah.
I know what doesn't. There is a time, Helen, I was so arrogant that I just used to think, I'm the best vocalist. There is one time I was voted best vocalist of the year, Radio 4. There is a thing they did a poll and people voted. And they gave me that, But then I came to realize that also interpersonal relationships you have with people, they matter. You can be so talented, but if your attitude is bad, you cannot go so far.
True.
So I learned that there is one artist, now that the Lord has blessed me in my small way, I wanted to help him. So I reached out to him and said, hey, my guy, I love what you're doing. I would love us to work on something. I maybe thought I wanted to collaborate with him. So he says, I charge this much for a feature. I'm like, no, it's not actually a feature. I just wanted to see how we can work together. Maybe I could just be of help, maybe to shoot a video or whatever, because I usually do that. Oh, the way that guy insulted me.
Yeah.
What the F? I don't need your help. And it's not really I'm helping you because I think you are poor. No, it's because I'm doing what I wish somebody did for me.
Yeah.
There are times I had songs and I wish somebody with money could just come and say, no, let me help you shoot this video. So now the Lord blesses you. You also want to do that.
Yes.
I felt like this guy has got so much talent. I didn't want to sign or work with him, or I just wanted to pay the person who is shooting do the video. Go and see how you can do
Like
it.
push his talent in
But
anywhere that you can.
But the guy was arrogant and he insulted me without. So I said, no, it is well.
So now, we move. You're in Malawi and you are working. You work with Prophet Bushiri, very controversial man. But so how did you meet Prophet Bushiri?
How I met the man of God was I did a song. It's called Balikwi, and that song frustrated me when I was promoting it, Helen, because I did everything to promote that song. It was not going anywhere, and I finished in 2019. I promoted. On YouTube, it was never getting views.
Yeah.
And I remember exactly, it had 250 views after pushing for a long time.
It was really frustrated. If you can still remember the numbers.
Yeah, I was so frustrated. On Facebook, I would post, I would have maybe 100K views, 200. But on YouTube, Helen, no matter how I shared the link, people were just not
People
going
are
to
not clicking.
So I got frustrated. 2019, I'm pushing it. 2020, 2021, 2022. The man heard that song on YouTube.
Yeah.
So when he heard the song was saying, Venzo Kambati ni nasila balikwi. So it was marrying with his story, because when he left South Africa, people thought he was finished. So when he said, who sang this song? So he started looking for me. So a certain brother of mine in the faith, he's also a man of God, said, no, I know, this is Kopala Pastor. He's one of our biggest artists, gospel artists in Zambia. Said, I want him to come and perform for me. So I received a call. I'm like, a strange number. I'm thinking, this is a scammer. Which number will call me like this? So I pick up the call, and then he's like, hello, this is Major One. Like, Major who? Major One. So I cut the line. Like, this is a joker. Major One, why would he call me? Yeah. So he sends a message. I say, hi, this is Major One. I would love you to come and perform at my crossover. I got your number. No, he didn't say that at first. I would love you to come and perform. I thought it's those scammers that are trying to steal your page. So I didn't respond. And then he says, I got your number from this man. That's when I was like, I think this. So then I told my wife, honey, come. I think this one is saying is Major One, blah, 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 blah. He says, no, I think it's Major One. So I called back. Then he laughs. I thought it was a scammer because somebody like this has tried. Like, no, it's really me. So I was like, I want you to come and perform and blah, 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 blah. How is your schedule for December? I'm like, towards the end of the year, it's open. So he says, okay, fine, I'm going to give your line to somebody, they get your flights. In my mind, I was like, once the flights are booked, I'll know it's serious.
Yeah.
2 hours later, it was done.
Wow.
That's how we flew, me, my wife, and my other friend who was managing me at the time. We went outside, performed, and we were taken very good care of and paid very well. So when we came back, we started communicating. So then that's when I asked him to say, you know what, I would really want you to mentor me in business and in ministry, because I was running ministry, but it was so tough because I didn't have a mentor. So please mentor me and whatnot. He was hesitant, but then he said, okay, fine, let me try to help you. That's how we started. I started going to Malawi and come back. I do a lot of things silently. So I would fly in, fly out. I think my passport is full of Malawi. I would fly in and then he would teach me business, he would teach me ministry. Ministry is done this way. This is how you serve the Lord. That's how we met. And from there, he has grounded me in business, grounded me in the things of the fear of the Lord and to serve God. That's how we work together.
How did you learn to trust him, seeing that there's a lot of like negative stories about him?
Defining relationships, Helen.
Yeah.
I have a good relationship with, for example, Ivanka Bianca. I know what I can do with Ivanka. No matter what everybody says, I know the Ivanka I know. And, you know, she respects me and my wife. Because why? We've defined that relationship. There is a time I was dyeing my hair. I just knew, Ivanka, because that's the relationship. So my relationship with the prophet, I define my relationship with him. He's my mentor, my business mentor, my spiritual mentor. It ends there. I'm not looking for him to be perfect. I don't care. That's part of his life.
Yeah.
If he's got things that are not in place, that's none of my business. Me, I know what I'm following. Is he teaching me to steal? No. Is he teaching me to enter into something strange? No. He has taught me what I went for. The ministry is done this way. You can't run ministry like this. Like when I was running Kopala Belt Kwale, but you rely on the donations of people. Prophet told me, no, this is the reason why you enter into heresy. You will now start telling people if you don't give, you go to hell.
Yeah.
Because you want money. So he tells me, Malachi, first thing you do in ministry is start your own business. So you do your own businesses, you run your own business. The Lord is blessing you there. You should be the one even funding the ministry when it is starting. What is bad about that? So for me, I define my relationships. Whatever misunderstandings people have, maybe it's them and him, but me, based on what I went there for, it has been the greatest decision I ever made. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
I've met people I never thought I would ever meet.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
That's why you're rarely here.
I'm rarely here because...
No, but I mean, you go where it works for you at the end of the day. Yeah, you go where it works for you. That's good. So now, finally we have some music from you. I know you're always releasing, here and there, but I always feel like your talent is so great that people should, a lot of people need to hear it, and I don't care whether you're singing, you're rapping, whether you're singing Karimbla, whether you're singing R&B, like everything works for you.
Oh, thank you
somehow,
so much.
yes.
Thank you.
The time you did Secular, you released like double release.
Double, yes.
A hip hop and
traditional rap album.
Yeah, and they were so beautiful.
All of them got nominated for the awards.
Yes,
yeah.
Very beautiful. And you sound, when you're doing the traditional sound, you almost sounding like a bit like Afunika.
Serious, eh?
Almost, there's a bit of like Afunika-ish.
I love Afunika so much.
Yeah, that is nice. So now I really love your song. Even my kids now know it's Waited. Very beautiful song.
Thank you.
Are we expecting more music from you this year?
Yes. I'm doing 5 albums this year. So if you ask me the concept behind 5 albums, I want to live 5 years in 1 year.
Explain.
So I'm trying to do, remember mostly our artists release 1 album per year.
Yeah.
I'm trying to leave all those albums into this year.
Then the next 5 years?
The next 5 years we'll see how it will go, but we'll be promoting these songs the whole time. I love challenges.
How is it when you're in a creative space? Because I think when you're creative, and I feel like that's why the other time you gave us a double release, 2 albums, and now you want us to give us 5 albums. It's like there's an overload of creativity there.
Even that same time I did 2 albums. You know that I actually did 5 albums. So I did 2 albums for myself.
Yeah.
Then I wrote for Alpha, Romeo. The album just never came out. And I wrote for Francia. And I wrote for Kachanana. All these were albums. I wrote album for Alpha. So it's I have done this before. Yeah. I remember Chef, we met with Chef 2 days ago. I was like, Kangalila, Asati, and Jimle 2 albums. But this man has already done this before.
Yeah.
I've done that before. I love challenges.
What sound are you giving us? I know, Waited, how can we classify? Is it R&B? Afro? Yes.
Afro, yes.
What sound are we expecting from all the other albums?
Yes, so I discovered that there are people that just love me when I rap, and some that just love me when I sing. So lately, like the 2 albums I'm starting with next month in June, one of them is Afro, the other one is hip hop, it's rap music. And then the other ones, it will be an amalgamation of rap and singing into one. Yeah, so they will just be like that. And then I also want to I do worship songs, but low-key.
I've never heard
Yes, you've never heard me because... But then my wife is a huge fan of that. So I write songs for people and they go and sing. So my wife was like, no, I want you to do it. So maybe one of the 5 albums might be a worship.
I think I would love that. I would love to hear like what I haven't heard.
Yes.
What I haven't heard. I'm one of those that enjoys every side of you. R&B, hip hop, whatever you do.
Really?
I sort of just enjoy.
Thank you so much.
So now, before you've been doing a lot of promo with Waited, the funny videos and whatnot. But I want you to sing a line from Waited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can turn you from a beggar, pay agwila mulungu paone kaneba. amachita zodabwisa nani kalibeonapo hey, ala na sekele natemwa sekele. I say I waited for this day nikalibeonapo aninyamula no nikwezeka aninyamula no nikwezeka.
It's nice to see that you're enjoying your own art, but that's a lovely song. It's
Thank
different.
You so much.
I love it.
Thank you.
Are you in touch with the trio that we knew you guys when you started? It was lyricist and Mel B and yourself. Are you in touch with
threat?
Yes. Are you guys in touch?
Yeah. I'm in touch with lyricists. I don't know where Mel B is.
Yeah.
But I'm usually in touch with. Even you, I've kept in touch for a long time.
Yeah.
I have a habit of staying in touch with people.
Yeah.
So I keep in touch whenever we can. We meet and we just.
Lyricist of completely buried music is just like.
I think it comes. Maybe sometimes you find that you are in a place in life where you are dealing with something. So not really that he's completely left it, but he intends maybe to do something in the future. But I've just never felt like leaving music. Yeah, that's why I've been consistent.
I mean, some things are in you. You can't just let them go. Yeah. Any last words before we let you go?
I'm last words got in there for now.
Last words for Candid before you come back with Pastor Taraj.
Pastor Taraj.
Yes.
No, thank you so much, Helen, for hosting me. I'm extremely grateful. I just want to encourage the artists that are already making it big. Please, guys, let's keep doing this. There are artists like, for example, Maps. He's given hope to a lot of us artists and a lot of artists. I just want to speak these words to him to say, don't listen to negativity. Stay focused on the goal. And every artist, Dreams, all these artists that are doing big things, guys, unity is the way to go. Unity is the way to go. And let's keep representing Zambia. Let's break the borders of these countries, Malawi, Zambia, Zimbabwe. Let's make it artistically one country. Everybody that is doing great music, I just want to encourage you to say, guys, let's keep doing it. Upcoming artists, I also want to say, keep dreaming and keep pushing. And people that are in a place where they need God, God can be trusted. Those are the words I'll tell you. God can be trusted. Seasons change, but God still remains the same. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
This has been your girl Helen, and with Getting Candid, I was featuring Pastor Prophet Malachi Nga'ndu. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Or you can call him Kopala Pastor, whichever one.